Morning guys, we are gonna do another chit chat get ready with me this morning. It's Sunday morning, well not really, it's still kind of Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning at 11:45. It is absolutely pouring rain outside. My dad and Daniel and Melvin, my sister's boyfriend, are having a guy's day. They went to go see John Wick 3, which I'm just glad they didn't take me along this time. And so I thought I would just sit down and film a chit chat get ready with me, have some coffee. Now I'm gonna stay home with the dog. I need one of these for the kitties too, but the puppies are cuddled up on the couch downstairs. So I thought we would just sit down and chit chat. It's gonna be more like me sharing some very strong opinions on some things that are going on right now. Let me rephrase that. I don't hate doing these long kind of topic drama videos or commentary on the drama that's going on in the community right now, but this is something, and I know I talked about the James Charles, Tati, Jeffrey situation a little bit. I know I've talked about, I just put up that Dear Beauty community video, but I feel like that was a positive message. But this whole Jaclyn Hill cosmetic situation has got me straight up heated as a consumer and as a part of the beauty community here on YouTube. So before we get into all that, I can't remember who it was, but on my forgotten palettes that are great for summer video, which I will link up here if you haven't seen it already, Lilith K, hi Lilith, she said, could you possibly do some summer look tutorials with these palettes? I have all of the palettes you mentioned, but for some reason I feel so uninspired, so I rarely touch them, and they are dying a slow death in my collection. I don't know what to do with neutrals since I'm more comfortable with color. So Lilith, I'm gonna go ahead and do, this might be a series where I just sit down and do some get ready with me, chit chat get ready with me with the palettes I talked about in that video, since these are the palettes I reach for a lot during the summer. So I've already done the Urban Decay Naked Basics, which is the first palette I mentioned in that video. So again, I'll link that up above. Is it here? I can't remember. I'll link it up if you want to check out that tutorial. He's a ham. He's why I have a channel. So I figured today we'll just use the original Lorac Unzipped palette, which is just a gorgeous palette. So I figured maybe we'll just do this a series where I just pick up one of those palettes from that collection and maybe just chit chat or do a, maybe it'll be a longer tutorial, maybe it'll be a chit chat get ready with me, maybe it'll be a shorter tutorial. I don't know. Let me know what you guys prefer. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But anyway, I've already, I've started prepping. I used my Sustain eye drops. These things are awesome. They're little one-use eye drops. I got mine at CVS and they come in a pack and you pull them off and you can just use them as you go, but they don't have any preservatives in them, so they're a lot better for your eyes, which is, my eyes have really been bothering me lately, so that's why I've been using those. So I did go ahead and, just because I've been so dry, I did just prep with some Tarte Maracuja oil. Today, because I'm trying to finish this off, I'm gonna go in with the Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Serum. This has got a lot of moisturizing properties in it, and it also just does a beautiful job of evening out my skin tone. So I'm just gonna start placing that all over my face. Okay, I don't even know where to start with this, and I don't want to like recap the whole thing because I think I'm gonna recommend some videos to watch below. Raw Beauty Christie did an amazing video. That girl Shay XO, shout out to her for just being absolutely honest and real and an advocate for her subscribers and for consumers out there. Sorry guys, I'm playing around with the white balance on my camera. I'm trying to learn and do better about my camera and just know more about it because I'm technologically impaired. Wait guys, I am still legit sports bra, t-shirt, pajamas, so this is real life. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I'm trying to go through this little sample as well. I like it, but it's not like mind-blowing. So it's one of those things that I'm just trying to get out of my collection, and I'm just gonna kind of use that to add some, dewiness and luminescence back into my skin. But that girl Shay XO did an amazing video. Jen loves reviews. She came out with a review and her first impressions of it a couple days ago. And this morning she did her weekly live chat. And everybody, I think Samantha Reilly was there, Jamie French was there, Jen Gerard was there, Raw Beauty Christy was there. I think Shay was there. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then Kevin James Bennett. She got on the phone with Kevin James Bennett, who, if you don't know or if you don't follow him, he is an award-winning makeup artist and product developer who has been in the industry for decades. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. And I know a lot of people, what do I want to do today? I think I want to go, we're going to be here for a while, right? are we going to go full coverage? I think we're going to go like full coverage. Why not? All right, I'm going to take my 2 Wet n Wild Photo Focus sticks, foundation sticks. I've got one in Classic Ivory and one in Porcelain. I use the one in Classic Ivory for like contouring or where I would want it darker on my face. And the one in Porcelain where I would want it lighter on my face. And I actually learned this. I got this idea from Cora at Vintage or Tacky. Can you two stop being little assholes to each other? Thank you. Guys, I'm probably going to swear in this video, so if that bothers you, I completely understand. And I will see you next time. Sometimes I get heated. But so she got on the phone with him and they discussed all of this. And essentially, I'm just taking my e.l.f. blending sponge. And essentially what it's coming down to is that these lipsticks are nasty. I mean, they're coming out with holes in them. They look like they have black dot or mold or hair. Just little beads, just nasty stuff in these lipsticks. They're coming melted. And there's been all kinds of explanations as to what this could be. Is it the materials or is the ingredients in this product? Is it melting down in the heat? Is it, crystallizing from all the butters, all this kind of stuff? And, I think they're, all right, I'm really fighting with my camera right now. Saying, that maybe it's the butters melting down and then cooling and kind of coagulating and creating these crystals. And I think there was another video by a chemist that Shay referenced that I went and watched. I think her name was Angie Burris or Bergs. I can't remember, so I apologize. But I'll link that down below as well. But Kevin James Bennett got on today with, and I think Marlene Estelle addressed this as well, because she went all the way off on Twitter, which I don't blame her at all, because she's been dealing with some shit from these people, from people calling her, or telling her she doesn't know what she's talking about. Guys, my skin is so super dry right now, so I apologize. I'm trying to, if it looks a little crazy. I'm going to mix my Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse and my Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. I'm in the shade Natural Ivory, and I'm in the shade Porcelain in this one. And what Kevin James Bennett said in this live stream with Jen Loves Reviews today is that, if it was a issue of the product melting in transit, the bullet wouldn't have kept the shape, essentially. So it would have been melted all over the place in the bullet, wouldn't have kept its shape, and then when you got the lipsticks, it essentially wouldn't retain the shape. It'd just be melted all over the packaging. So essentially what they're saying is that is also, I cannot get my camera to stop going dark. I apologize, guys. So what they're essentially saying is this was a quality control-ish issue in the lab. It's like with all these hairs and little fuzzies, or what, I don't know if they're hairs, I don't know if they're mold, I don't know if they're little fuzzies all embedded in the lipstick. That's embedded in the lipstick. That's not something that got put on the lipstick when somebody touched it with a glove, which, by the way, Jaclyn's whole excuse of they used white gloves, that's just, that's where she lost me 100%. Like, not feeling it, Jaclyn. I mean, that's just a blatant lie. That's her saying, well, my subscribers and my consumers are so stupid and believe anything that I want to say, that they're going to believe that a laboratory, a commercial laboratory, is using white fuzzy gloves on the line. Anybody else believe that? Because I sure as hell don't. And then I was watching Nick Schneider, The Viewer's Voice, which, by the way, I really enjoy him. Guys, for those of you, I know I've mentioned in the past that You know, sometimes you get caught up in the drama and it's easy. You know, it's like I said, it's like Bravo TV. I enjoy drama channels. I think they're fun. And I think really the way a lot of them do it, it's really informative and it really kind of makes you look at a different perspective. But I enjoy his videos. He's just so cute. But he said, well, there's pictures. There's a video of her going to this lab, trying out the lipsticks, and she's wearing blue latex or blue plastic gloves. And the people behind her are wearing blue plastic gloves. And then he also pointed out, and then there's video of her touching the face and then touching the product. And there's videos of people on the line behind her who don't have gloves on at all. So the idea that this is some kind of quality control issue with people inspecting the lipsticks, I call bullshit. I call bullshit 100%. And then Marlena Sell also came back. I'm using the Juvia's Place concealer and I'm in 24. I like this. It reminds me of the Tarte Shape Tape, but like not creamier, but just kind of more moisturizing. It's not quite as dry, and I'm really liking this concealer so far. And then Marlena Stells came back and said, and for my concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Sigma Beauty Blender. I got this with my that girl Shay XO collaboration. This lighting going back and forth, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on today. I don't know if it's because it's raining outside and it's dark. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try and keep this down because that seems to help. She said that even with quality control, they shouldn't be touching the lipsticks anyway. So the fact that people are getting these lipsticks with fingerprints on them, and it's just, there's just something going on. And another thing that Kevin James Bennett said, which, by the way, can we just take a tangent here? And people calling these established, recognized makeup artists in their field, award-winning, have worked with some of the best companies in the game. You know, I'm talking about Emmy award-winning. And people are going to sit here and be like, oh, you're just jealous and bitter and you don't know what you're talking about. As opposed to Jaclyn Hill, who, as much as I used to enjoy watching her, I never took her reviews seriously. Because I just didn't. I just always felt like I was being sold something. Which is fine because I understood that's what she was doing. And I could just enjoy her content for what it was. Which was, she's got beautiful makeup skills. She's beautiful to watch. You know, I love the look she's creating. She's fun to watch. She's funny. But I always, you know, had to take anything she was recommending with a grain of salt. Because I was like, I don't know about that. So these people know what they're talking about. And he said the fact that she's now, well, first of all, she blamed it on the gloves, which, again, I call bullshit on. Sorry. And now she's going back and she's throwing this lab under the bus. And he's like, that's really calculated, and I've got to agree. I'm going to use my Hello Halo highlighter from Wet n Wild in Halo Goodbye. Because, yeah, while it is an issue with the lab, that is definitely an issue. I 100% agree. I'm just going to kind of put this where I put my concealer. It's really calculated because that lab is not going to out itself and say, oh no, you know, whatever, and then be associated as a dirty lab. You know, that was a calculated move. I mean, so she knows that she can throw them under the bus without them coming out and contradicting her. But the thing is, and this is my whole thing with this whole issue, is that at the end of the day, Jaclyn Cosmetics is your brand. It is your brand. And you have so far taken no accountability for the issues that have happened. So it doesn't matter if it was an issue with the lab or with shipping or with quality control. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you, because you know what? You're the one making the money. You are the one profiting the most off this brand, because that lab is going to get business from somewhere else. Those UPS, FedEx carriers are going to get business from somewhere else. They don't, you know, it's you who is making money off of this deal. And just the utter lack of responsibility that has been taken by her in every situation is just infuriating. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Fit Me pressed powder. This is just the regular, and on an e.l.f. blush brush, and just set that concealer. And the thing is that, you know, it's sure the first time it happened with Becca, and you came out and you're like, oh, we put this collection together, and then, you know, once everything went bad, well, I just did this one shadow for them, I didn't know. Okay, I could see that. I could forgive that. Because you're new. It was your first, well, it wasn't your first collab, but your first Morphe palette went off pretty easily. I think they had like some issues with the website, but other than that, it was fine. I'm going to take my Maybelline Better Skin Transforming Powder, and again, I'm in Porcelain. I'm just on a BH Cosmetics V6 brush from their vegan line. And you just, you know, so I can understand that. But then you had issues with the Champagne Pop, or no, with the Becca, yeah, so it was the Becca collection. And then the Vault came out. You know, I think I really enjoyed your first palette with Morphe. And so far I've been enjoying the Vault. But when that came out, you kept telling people less than 1% of people were having issues, essentially calling people liars. If people were having issues with this, you were essentially calling them liars or clout chasers. I mean, whether or not those words came out of your mouth, that was what was implied by your video, your explanation video, your tweets. Because let's be completely 100% honest here. I mean, I know I'm going to get hate making this video. I really don't care, because I can think for myself, so people who can't don't affect me. I'm going to take the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula on an e.l.f. complexion brush and just kind of bronze up my face a little bit. So if people who, you know, have an issue with me, I mean, let's just put it real, I don't care. But, you know, you kept calling people who were having issues with the Vault. You weren't taking it seriously, you know, and I felt bad for you in that instance, because I felt like that was Morphe's bad. You know, yes, you put your name on it and you were selling it to people and you were telling people it was the greatest thing ever. But Morphe kind of, they kind of hung you out to dry on that one. You know, and I understand that. But still, it's just this pattern of behavior saying less than 1%, less than 1%, less than 1%. And you're doing the exact same thing. Like, I don't think it's less than 1% of people that are having an issue with your lipsticks. I'm sorry, I don't. I think that's a complete BS. I think it's complete BS. I'm going to go into my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Palette, and I am going to use Mood Exposure, which is this one right here. Right, is this one Mood Exposure? I can never tell. They're always backwards. Anyway, I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to use Mood Exposure. I think that's the one. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, but you keep saying that it's less than 1%. That was your go-to at first. Less than 1% of people are having issues. And then people are blowing you up on Twitter, girl. Like, I'm going to just go in with a little bit of Rosa Romantica on that same brush. Just kind of brighten it up. And that's the thing. It's like, you could have saved this if right away you stood up and took responsibility. I don't think I have ever seen, in the 6 years I've been watching her, I'm not subscribed to her anymore, but I still watch her every now and then. And I've bought her launches. I've supported her launches. I've supported her products because I want to like her. I have never, in all of these debacles that have happened, I have never once seen you stand up and say, just unqualified, without a but or a however, that you are sorry, that this was a mess up and that you're going to do better. It's always somebody else's fault. Always. It's a pattern of behavior. And that kind of behavior is not a successful business model, or, you know, it's not a business who has any kind of longevity is not going to have, you know, perpetuate that kind of behavior. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Fergie Center Stage Collection to Reflect Shimmer Palette and Rosé Champagne Glow. This is called something else now. I can't even remember what it is called, but we're going with it. I'm just using that same blush brush. And, you know, you have to take responsibility. It's like you don't want to take responsibility. You want to celebrate. You want to talk about how wonderful everything is. Because people love you so much that they're willing to overlook everything. And you take advantage of that. You should, knowing that people care so much about you and love you so much, you should be taking this so seriously that at the first sign of any kind of issue, you should, instead of humiliating and setting your stands on some poor fan of yours who just wanted to support you, your response should have been, I am so sorry. please message us because I want to get to the bottom of this. Period. That should have been your response to that girl. Instead, you dragged her across Twitter and embarrassed her, and you were an asshole to her. Sorry, you were. Doesn't matter if she was right or wrong. Her perception is that there was an issue, and that's how you should have taken it. It's like this girl has never, ever, ever had any kind of customer service job. Guys, I work in customer service. I work with wealth customers, and you know what? They're not always right. These customers are not always right, but I understand that it is their perception that there is an issue or that they are right and that we are wrong. And that's how you have to approach a situation. And if you can't do that, you shouldn't be in business. Period. End of story. Doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and go into the Unzipped palette. I'm going to take a Wet n Wild fluffy brush and we're going to go into Unconditional, which is this pretty matte right here. And I'm sorry, that's the way it goes. That is the cost of business. That is the cost of being a business owner, running a business, being successful. And if you can't handle that, you are in the wrong business, girl. You need to stick to making, one YouTube video every month. I just, and it's like, I don't wish negative on anybody. I want to see people thrive. Would I love to come out with a cosmetics brand? Absolutely. Would it be nerve-wracking? Would I be a mess? Absolutely. That's another thing. Instead of putting out an email or a response or a video saying, you know what, there are some severe quality issues with this that we're finding, we're recalling all of these so we can get to the bottom of it because your safety is more important than my pocketbook. Apparently she went on and, again, I don't watch her Instagram or her snaps, but apparently she's going on talking about how she has so much anxiety right now and she can't deal with it. Okay. If you have never had an anxiety attack, let me just put it this way. If you are in the middle of an anxiety attack, you will not be on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat talking about having an anxiety attack. When you have an anxiety attack, your vision gets weird and you get weird tunnel vision of when it comes to me, I can't breathe. I have a hard time breathing. I haven't had an anxiety attack in years. I used to get them. I got them in college so bad that just due to some personal issues my family was going through that I would try to walk to class and I would have an anxiety attack so bad I couldn't breathe. I would have to sit down just in the middle of campus and try and catch my breath. I actually had my first panic anxiety attack on stage. We were on stage. I was at the University of North Texas. It was my first big concert. They're a big music school. We were singing Igor Stravinsky's Symphony of Songs and I was the first row behind the timpani and we were in the last movement and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe to the point where I sat down on stage in front of probably 2,000 people. Nobody noticed because I was just a part of the choir and I just had to sit down behind the timpani player. But you're not thinking about snapping or tweeting or going on Instagram. So don't sit there and be like, oh, I've got anxiety so bad or I'm having an anxiety attack because that's not cool. And it's like there's a mental health card that's played and it's like a get out of jail free card. Oh, well, we can't criticize her on this because she's having a mental health issue. If you have mental health issues that bad to where it's affecting your business, then you need to let somebody else handle your business until you get into a healthy place. And you need to go seek help and get better so you can be healthy and you can run your business the way it just is. The lack of accountability and responsibility that this girl takes for anything is just absolutely infuriating. And it makes me so mad because I want to like her. I used to be subscribed to her. I think the way I found her back in 2013 or 14 when she did her contour video when she had the splint on her hand. And like I said, I love her videos. She's stunning. She's beautiful. But the more I see, the less I like the person behind that beautiful face. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, sorry guys. I went in with my BR250 brush and just deepened up Unconditional. And now I'm just going to go in with Unbridled on that same brush. And I'm just going to deepen up the outer V in the crease a little bit. She's just showing a complete disregard for the health and safety of her subscribers and her consumers and her customers and the people who, Kevin James Bennett put it right. He was like, these are the people that built your house. These are the people that filled your closet bought your car. And he's, you know, and he was like, I respect the hustle. I do. I respect. She's worked hard. She's got a personality and an aura that people buy into. And that is a valuable commodity that she has brokered into a successful career. And I would never hate on anybody for that. That's awesome. You know, like I said, I'm a capitalist. Go for it. You got a product that people want, sell it. You know, make your money on it. That's the American dream right there. But she has absolutely no regard for how fleeting and how quickly that can be taken away. She lives in a reality, and that is not reality. It's like, can I just tell y'all one of my biggest pet peeves? I swear to God, if this girl comes out with a My Truth video again, I hate that. I hate that. This is my truth. This is my truth. This is your perspective on a situation that is shaped by your own personal bias and your own personal experiences. This is not your truth. There is one truth. There is one truth. There's your opinion, there's your side to the story, but that doesn't mean it's... So this whole use of people coming out and being like, well, this is my truth. No, this is your perspective and your opinion based on your personal bias. And they use that video and they're like, oh, people are like, oh, you're so truthful. Thank you for being so real and honest. No, because if you were being real and honest, you would be like, okay, I need to take a step back. I'm just going to go in with that. Actually, no, I'm going to go in with that fluffy brush again in that unconditional shade. Just kind of blend this out. Do you want me to zoom in, guys? Sorry, I'm so bad at this. But this has just got me heated. I know I'm all over the place in this thing. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you're just talking about this because everybody's talking about it because clout chasing. Like, no, I'm a consumer. I'm a part of this community. And this pisses me the fuck off. It pisses me off how unaccountable she is. Because I can tell you what, you know, I value my job so much. I love my job. It's hard. It's stressful. I come home and I sometimes have, you know, dreams and stress about my job and the next day and being like, oh God, are these customers going to be happy? Are we going to get this done for them? It's a high stress job, but you know what? I'm so grateful for it. And I'm learning something every day, and I am a human being. I make mistakes every single day, but you know what? When I make a mistake, I am the first one to first go to my manager and say, look, I fucked up. I just want to let you know that I fucked up because I'm about to go to this customer and let them know that I fucked up. You know what I mean? And I will go to that customer and I'll be like, I am so sorry. I made a mistake and this is what I'm going to do to make it better. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, those customers understand, well, okay, you're a human being. Thank you for taking accountability. Thank you for letting me know that you made a mistake and that you are aware of it and are doing everything you can to fix it. That's how you create customer loyalty. But when people see that a mistake has been made and they're in a bad situation and that you are going to go above and beyond to make it right for them because you value their business that much, I'm not saying I'm not advocating going out and making mistakes on purpose to create a loyal customer. I'm saying, in my experience, in the 21 years of customer service, I have been working in customer service for 21 years, since I was 14 years old, almost 22. When people see that you recognize that there's a mistake, that you take ownership of it, and that you then are going to do everything you can to make it better for them, that's when you earn their loyalty and their business for life. And you know, like I said, I guess this whole lifestyle that she's living, while I don't begrudge it to her at all, I mean, everybody aspires to live that kind of, you know, kind of have that money, that financial security, the nice house, the nice cars. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. But be grateful for it and have a little bit of self-awareness and understanding of where that comes from. Because at this point, I mean, if somebody gets sick from these, just from my personal opinion, from what I'm seeing, it looks like these lipsticks are old and moldy. They don't look like hair. It looks like mold is growing out of these lipsticks. It's kind of gross. What shade do I want to go in with next? I think I'm going to go in with Unattainable, which is this shade right here, on just a BRC S52 brush. It's just a flat shader brush. I'm just gonna spray this down with some MAC Fix Plus once I've got it on the brush. Again, I don't like to go into my shadow with a wet brush. I like to put the shadow on the brush and then wet it down because I feel like it just preserves the integrity of the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to place that on that middle portion of my lid and kind of blend it into Unbridled. This palette is still so beautiful. And normally I would go back in, actually, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. I can't help it. I'm a creature of habit. I'm going to go back in and just tap a little bit more on that where I placed it wet to get that full payoff there. Guys, I lose my train of thought. I'm sorry. I'm so heated. It just makes me so mad that she will just not come on and take accountability. It's just infuriating. And she just, it's like, she lives in this world and this is her truth and her reality, and everybody else is a hater or jealous, and she, you know, you dare to speak out, and you know, she had it absolutely 100% right. She knew that by approaching that girl that way, she was going to set all of her stands on that girl. She knew exactly what she was doing, which is just mind-blowing to me. I'm going to take that same brush and just go into this shade right here called Unreal, and we're just going to do the same thing on the inner corner. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of it and then spray it down and pat it on. And I don't know. At what point do we stop lifting up these entitled, ungrateful, and at this point just deceptive and dangerous? I mean, at this point, that's dangerous. When you put out product like that and keep telling people that it's fine and it's just hair and this and that, when I'm pretty damn sure that's mold. I'd be interested to see what a lab has to say. You know, I mean, that you're putting people in danger to line your pocketbook. At what point, and like I said, I am all about making your money. You know, I'm all about it, you know. Money, you know, it's not a bad thing. Making money is not a bad thing. But at what point does your conscience kick in and be like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe we need to care about the people who put us in the position that we are in. Because when people like Jaclyn Hill are not self-made. Because you know what? If people like you and me did not sit and watch her videos, she would not be where she is today. She's not self-made. She worked hard. She earned, you know, she has earned her success, I would say, you know, up until this point. And because, you know, again, she's providing something that people want and something that people like and something that people relate to. But girl, you are not self-made, and I think that's what these people need to learn. And I think Manny learned this lesson. I think Laura Lee learned this lesson, that, you know, it's kind of like your mama saying, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. And that's what subscribers need to understand. Look, we made you, and we can absolutely break you. Because, first of all, we should have that power because we're trusting these people. I mean, yes, they're putting out content for us for free. I'm just going to take a little bit of that highlighter on just, I'm going to take a little bit of that highlighter and just put that right in the inner corner just to brighten it up a little bit. It's like they just don't understand how quickly this can be taken away, or how quickly they could lose what they have, because it's just a lack of self-awareness. It just boggles the mind. I have never in my life seen people so completely oblivious to how lucky they are and the people around them, and just a lack of humility. And it's just like, that's what we're going to see. We're going to see her come out with a video and it's going to be called My Truth or something like that. It's not, I mean, and I hope that's not the case. I hope this girl stands up. I'm going to go in with a BRC S06 brush and go into this undercover shade right here, which is just a light matte cream shade, and just kind of blend out smokiness under the eye just to make sure it's not crazy. I mean, I hope she comes out and sits down and says, look, I am sorry. I'm not making any excuses. I'm not going to tell you, you know, blame this on anybody. This is my brand. It's my company. I am so sorry. I'm recalling these lipsticks and I apologize. I don't think she's going to do that. I would be shocked if she did that. For liner today, I'm just going to go with my Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Pencil in Walk of Shame. Just a great nude. If you're looking for a good drugstore option, the NYX Wonder Pencil is amazing. And just anytime I'm doing a look like this where I've got some pinky tones on the eyes, I like to make sure I'm really brightening my waterline so it doesn't have any kind of redness or pinkiness in there, just so it doesn't make me look like I'm sick. Lashes today, I'm going to use a combination of my CoverGirl Supersizer and my Better Than Sex mascara. I'm going to go in with the Supersizer first. I like to go in with like a lengthening mascara or something that's going to give me more length first, and then go back in with a volumizing mascara. And the Supersizer doesn't give me a whole lot more length than the Better Than Sex, but a little bit. Plus I'm trying to use it up. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Just thank God for honest people like that girl Shay XO, Raw Beauty Christy, you know, people like Jen Loves Reviews, who can come back and, you know, really evaluate a situation, because she liked hers at first and then she was like, nope, with all this same batch code as Raw Beauty Christie's and Shay's, I don't feel comfortable recommending this. This is wrong. There's something going on here, and I at some point down the line, Jaclyn Hill's lying. Straight up, no two ways about it. She's lying about something. Whether she's lying about knowing this was an issue and sending it out anyway, or whether she's lying about the level of quality control that was performed on this product. Either way, she's lying, and she is handling this so poorly. I'm embarrassed for her. I mean, I would be mortified. She has been caught lying. She's been caught lying. The whole white gloves thing, and then, like I said, Nick Schneider, I'll link his video down below too, showing that video of her with the blue, you know, plastic gloves in the factory, and she's like, oh, I mean, she's a liar. And it's sad. Money has become more important to her. I just got mascara on my face. Son of a bitch. I guess I better put some mascara on my lower lash line. Yeah, she's just been caught being and anybody who is, you know, you can still support Jaclyn, that's fine. You can be like, you know, I love her anyway, I know she's made some mistakes, but if you're calling people who are just calling her out on her, you know, her lies and her inconsistencies and her bullshit, if you're calling them haters and jealous, you know, you need to rethink your life. You can support somebody and love somebody through something and still know that they're wrong. And I think that's what people don't understand. It's like, well, we love them and these people must be lying because she's never wrong. There is no human being on the face of the planet that has never, ever not been wrong. You know? Ever, period. So I apologize because my camera's acting all kinds of funky today and I don't know what's up. I'm going to take the e.l.f. brow pencil, and I don't even know what shade this is. I think it's like ash brown or dark brown. Really actually been liking this. But yeah, and that's the thing. You can love somebody through something and still recognize that they're wrong and that actions need to be corrected, you know, or apologies need to be made, or responsibility needs to be taken. There's this idea that if you love somebody and you support somebody, then you have to love them and support them without ever questioning what they do. That's not love. That's just, I hate to say it, but that's just stupidity. Think for yourself, guys. You can love Jaclyn. You can support her. You can say, you know, look, we love you even though you've made this mistake. But if you don't recognize that mistakes have been made and the way she's handled the situation has been wrong, and you think she's done everything perfectly, you know, really there's no point in having a conversation, because you obviously cannot think for yourself. Don't tell me that, well, it was on the lab. She couldn't control the lab. Don't tell me, oh, well, it was on the carrier. She couldn't control. No, at the end of the day, it is her brand. And whether or not it was her fault or something she did, she's the one who has to take responsibility. And if she's not willing to do that, then she's not responsible enough or mature enough to have a brand. And also, another thing I want to address is that, you know, this whole, oh, it's less than 1%, it's less than 1%, it's less than 1%. The thing is on social media is changing the way the world operates, because it doesn't matter if her percentage is correct. And I think I said this in the live stream, Jen Reviews, Loves Reviews live stream. Maybe the lipsticks, maybe it is less than 1%. But the problem is that with social media, that is not the perception. And again, that's not the perception. It's all about perception. So if the world, if the beauty community, if the consumers are seeing that you're saying it's less than 1% and they're seeing post after post after post after post after post saying, yes, there's an issue with the lipsticks, then you are coming off as, again, as untruthful, as being a liar, as trying to, you know, sweep something under the rug that should be addressed because it's a serious issue. And it's like she just has absolutely no concept of reality and the way people perceive things. And it's almost kind of just disturbing at this point. It's like I hate to bring this up, but it's like John Cookian trying to convince us that, you know, his lipstick sold out. Like, sure they did, buddy. I hope if you guys like this look that you could at least, you know, put this on mute and just watch the tutorial. But I'm going to take the e.l.f. brow gel in medium and just kind of set everything. But it's just, I'm so heated about it. If this was any other, imagine if this was MAC or Estee Lauder, or they're the same company, MAC or Too Faced or Urban Decay. How would you react? Would you be making excuses for them? No. Even if it was a new brand that came out. No. Because there are new brands that have come out that have acted this way. And they have been, like, run through the gauntlet. And for some reason, this girl is Teflon. And I think it's just because she's got such an engaging personality. And it's... I think it's all fake. I mean, the more I see it, and either this girl is so far removed from reality that she can't even understand or comprehend. I'm really liking this brow pencil combination. This e.l.f. brow pencil. This little $2 pencil, I'm really digging. Side note. But yeah, I don't know if she's just completely removed from reality and she just has a million people around her telling her she's fabulous and everything's fine and it's not her fault, or if she's just a pathological liar. I don't know which one it is. But we just have to stop lifting these people up. Stop. These self-absorbed, just, and I'm not talking about successful. If you're successful, that's freaking awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to go into Rock and Rose from Jordana. That lip liner is so pretty, and it's like $2. I just wear it like it is, but I can't leave it alone. I got the new Aladdin and MAC lipstick in Friend Like Me. My new obsession is MAC lipsticks. I don't know what it is. I just ordered the 25th anniversary Viva Glam, and I ordered 2 from the Electric Wonder collection. I'm really excited. By the way, that was totally not like trying to shade Jaclyn at all. I just really like MAC lipsticks, so I just wanted to throw that out there. Set everything. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist to set everything. I'm just going to use my lip fan to dry everything. And I feel like this is a tip I learned from Nikki Tutorials, and I feel like it just really helps melt everything together. Because I'm feeling it today, I'm going to go back in with this highlighter one more time and just make it pop a little bit more. Hair is looking all kinds of cute today. I like the way the eye look turned out. Did you like it? God, this is such a good palette. It's such an oldie but a goodie. That's why I had to include that in that list. Because it's so good. It's so good. I mean, it's just beautiful. I think this was my first Lorac palette ever, and I still love it to this day. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry this was such a ranty, rambly video. I think I'm just so angry. I think I'm just so angry that somebody thinks I'm so stupid that they can lie like that and be like, oh yeah, it's totally fine. I don't need to worry about like mold and dots and weird shit in my lipstick. I'm totally gonna spend $18 on this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not stupid. And the world is not stupid. And we need to stop listening to this bullshit and stop lifting up this narcissistic, delusional bullshit and start listening to people that know what they're talking about. I'm talking about the Kevin James Bennett's. I'm talking about the Lisa Eldridges. I'm talking about the Wayne Gosses. I'm talking about people that I equate with somebody like Kevin Aquan, who I adore, I idolize. I miss the fact that he is not in this community today, because he was such a passionate, well-informed, talented individual. And these are the people that I look to that are on a professional makeup artist. Guys, there is a difference between a makeup artist and an influencer. And that is a line that needs to be very defined, and it needs to be respected. You need to respect those people's work. You need to respect their understanding of the business. You need to respect their understanding of clients, of putting makeup on somebody else and putting it on yourself are two very different things. Two very, very different things. It takes so much skill. It's so stressful. It's so just high energy. Money is on the line. When these people do somebody else's makeup, money, like real money, is on the line. This is not me sitting here and doing a video saying, oh, I want to do a video with the Lorac Unzipped palette, you know, and I'm a makeup artist. No, these people pay money to go to school, to get certifications. They invest major money, their own money, to stock their kits, to understand product, to make sure they have the best for their clients. And if you don't respect that, the Marlena Stells, who is, I believe she is certified, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe she's certified. She went to Paris and got certified, I want to say. But the Kevin James Bennett's, the Pat McGraths, the Natasha Denona's, these people that own their own brands. If Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath or Charlotte Tilbury came out with these kind of quality lipsticks, they would be crucified. So I don't understand why somebody who, yes, she worked at MAC, but I mean, how many years has she spent developing product? And well, apparently she spent 5 years developing product, because apparently these lipsticks are 2 years old. Sorry. I mean, that's just what it looks like to me. Personal opinion. You know, opinions are not facts. Thank you, Nick Schneider. But I just, the lack of respect for these people and their opinions on the situation is also just mind-boggling and baffling to me. Jaclyn Hill is not the end-all be-all. You want to look at even influencers who put their integrity above anything else. That girl Shay XO, Raw Beauty Christy, Jen Loves Reviews. I mean, smaller ones. Candace at Cosmetic Chaos, which, by the way, I just tweeted with her. If you guys are still hanging out with me in this video, you know, at 5 years later, you know, she just tweeted out frustrations because every time she uploads a video, she loses 10 to 20 subscribers, which I don't understand, because her videos are phenomenal. If you, please go subscribe to Candace at Cosmetic Chaos, because she's fantastic. You know, Hailey Evans, Shell, Kaylee Baute, Lipgloss Leslie, Kimberly Clark, she's back. Thank you, Jeebus, because I missed her face. You know, these people that are going to give you real reviews, that have integrity, that your subscribership and the time and energy you devote to watching their videos means something to them. And they take it seriously. And they appreciate it. And because of that, because they appreciate it, their integrity when promoting a product or reviewing a product or suggesting a product is paramount. And they want to make sure they are giving you the absolute best information, the most honest information, and help you make good decisions. So, you know, again, I'm just gonna, it's gonna be beating a dead horse, but I'm gonna start putting these people in my description bar, because these are the people we should be lifting up. We need to lift up the people we believe in and we support, and stop accepting this nonsense from these people who have millions of subscribers, because they have subscribers. They've built a fan base of people who can't think for themselves. I'm sorry. You say you stand somebody, in my book, that means you can't think for yourself. Maybe you need to rethink that, because you should not be standing anybody. It is stupid. I hate to be that harsh, but this standing culture, well, if you disagree with Jaclyn, you're a hater, you're jealous. No, this girl, this woman who is in her late 20s, who owns a business, who has been conducting business deals like this for close to what, 6-7 years now that she's really blown up. Is that right? Close, like 2013. She has been conducting these kind of deals for the better part of a decade, and she cannot get this right. She's been developing these products since 2004, 14 or 15 and she can't get this right. She's been doing it that long and she cannot come on here and come on her platform and come on and sit down in front of the camera and make a video and say, you know what? Woman up, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm going to recall these, make it right. I'm refunding your money. I'm going to take the hit on this because this was my bad. And I until she does that, I don't want to hear anything from her. I like I said, I'm not canceling Jaclyn Hill. I can't cancel Jaclyn Hill. She's got, what, 6 million subscribers? But I can absolutely, as a consumer, as a part of this community, say, you know what, you need to start holding yourself accountable because it is just asinine. It's asinine to think that you can come onto Twitter and say, oh, well, it was white gloves. It was the lab. I had nothing to do with it. Somewhere you're lying. Straight up, you're lying. And I want to say thank you to the people who are presenting this information to us with facts, backing it up, showing us pictures, because they're not outing her. She's outing herself. She's outing herself. And I just, you know what? It's time to pay the price, you know, for constantly deflecting and putting the blame on someone. At some point, you've got to stand up, be a woman, like Shay said, be a boss, be a boss. Because you know what? The CEO of any other company would be called out on the carpet and be like, why is this happening? You need to explain this. You are responsible for this, because ultimately the buck stops with you. So, I mean, that's all I can say. I'm done talking about this drama stuff. I know I get heated, guys. I'm sorry, I get heated. And I understand this about Kevin James Bennett because it's something he's passionate about. He has dedicated his life to this industry, to this art form, to this medium, and to see somebody like Jaclyn Hill walk in, produce shit ass products, not take any responsibility for it, embarrass fans, and call people liars and send out her stands to go and attack anybody that has a difference of opinion and have no consequence for it. It's infuriating. I'm not even, God, I'm heated. I'm so heated. And I'm not even in the industry. I'm not in the industry. I do this as a hobby because I love it, because it's so uplifting. And this pisses me off because I have learned the hardest thing in life to do is to recognize that you've made a mistake and take accountability for it. But once you do it and once you take that step, it only gets better. Everybody fucks up in life. Everybody has made serious mistakes in life, and that is okay. You are a human being. You learn every day, but it only becomes problematic when you don't learn from it or when you don't take accountability for it. And if you can't do those two things, if you can't look at yourself and be like, okay, I fucked up, I need to now take accountability for this, and then I need to take the steps to fix it, and then I need to further take steps so that this doesn't happen again. If you can't do that, then you just need to stop doing what you're doing. I mean, that's part of being a human being, is making mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, you know, and I hope against hope that she will come out and get on camera and say, I'm sorry. My company messed up. I messed up. And I'm sorry, and I'm going to do everything I can to make this right. And if she would do that, I was interested in the lipsticks. Like I said, I've purchased the Vault. I've purchased her Jaclyn Hill palette, which I really like. I would review them. I would check them out because I think they're beautiful. But until that accountability is taken and that responsibility is taken, nope, not doing it. But guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for ranting. This community should be such a positive place, and I hate that it to what it's turning into, or what it is being perceived as turning into. So let's lift up those people. You know what? Leave channels down below. Share with everybody else channels that you love. And if you are interested in finding some channels, whether they be bigger, whether they be smaller, no matter, go click on those channels and go support them and go show them love and just say thank you for being honest and having integrity and doing this because you love to do it and because you want to lift other people up, because if you're not doing that, then what's the point? This beauty is about being beautiful inside and out. It's about making other people feel beautiful, and it's about lifting other people up. And that is what makeup has always been for me. It's transformative, it's powerful. And if we don't stop this train of it's about money, it's about sponsorships, it's about getting my product out there, it's about stands, it's about whatever, then, you know, we're going to lose this community because people are going to get so damn sick with it that nobody's going to want to come on YouTube, you know? And I know that, you know, I'm taking responsibility. I know I'm feeding into it, but I'm trying to have a conversation with you guys. And I feel like we can always have a conversation down below. I want y'all to feel like this is a safe place. If you are a fan of Jaclyn Hill and you disagree with me, as long as you come at me respectfully, we can have a conversation all day long. I'm not hating anybody for being a Jaclyn Hill fan. I understand why she's so attractive and why I want to like her. I want to like her. And maybe that's why I'm so pissed off, because I feel like she's such a likable person, and to do this kind of stuff just pisses me off. But do not attack anybody. So please do not attack anybody. If somebody disagrees with you in the comments, that's totally fine. That, again, that's part of being a human, is having difference of opinions and a different perspective and a different point of view. But I stand by what I said, that if you completely 100% agree with every single thing somebody does and you can't take a step back and evaluate how they conduct themselves, then you don't know how to think for yourself. And that's a problem. And I 100% stand by that statement. And if that offends you, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to apologize for that offending you, because that's just reality. But guys, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry this was so ranty. I'm going to try and cut this down so this is not just ridiculously long, but I hope you like the look with the Lorac palette. I just needed something to do because I was so angry. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for hanging out and talking about these important issues with me, and you know, and just listening to me rant. I'm so sorry, guys. This is the last rant video. I don't care. The makeup world could blow up tomorrow, and I swear to God, the next video that is coming out is going to be something positive. It's going to be something positive and makeup related. I want to do a video just listing all of my, although I've been doing that anyway. I think I'm going to eventually make a dedicated video with people's pictures and make it all nice so you can see and go click on their videos. But, you know, I'm working on getting that tutorial with that red and green look out. I filmed it twice now, and I have screwed it up both times, so I apologize. I am still going to be putting up that look. I'm going to be doing a bunch more looks. I think I'm going to just do some more tutorials. Maybe I'll do like one a week where I take one of those summer palettes and just show you how to use them, because I definitely want to show you how I use those, because I think those are beautiful summertime palettes. Again, if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out, because, you know, we get inundated with all this new makeup coming up. But I'm going to stop rambling. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for letting me vent and letting me blow off some steam. You guys are my heroes. Y'all have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.